Hello and welcome to the Leadership Communication Tip of the Week. My name is TJ Walker and I help leaders all over the world communicate more effectively. I do public speaking and media training with presidents of countries, prime ministers, Nobel Peace Prize winners, members of parliament, senators, you name it, plus leaders of industry and people like Miss Universe and athletes. And I can tell you that without a doubt, across the board, nobody's a born communicator. Nobody's a natural at this. These are all learned skills. There is so much time, energy, and thought devoted to leadership and what makes a leader. And a lot of people have their theories. It's all about integrity, or it's all about getting up early. Or, people have all these various theories. And I have my own theory. A lot of leadership, a lot of being a successful leader is simply putting in a massive amount of time and energy learning the craft of speaking and of communicating and doing it more seriously than political competitors and other competitors in other arenas. This isn't as sexy as some theories of leadership, but I do think it's real and I think it's practical. And I think it can help anyone who aspires to leadership come up with very practical steps on how they can improve their own career, their own ability to actually lead. Because when you get right down to it, if you want to lead somebody, you have to make it clear to them what it is you want them to do. You have to make it very clear to them as to why it's in their best interest to do it. Fundamentally, I see leadership as a series of communications challenges. That's what this podcast is about. So every week, I'm going to be bringing to you a new lesson pulled from the history pages when it comes to actual things, practices, habits of leaders and how they communicate. Thanks for joining me. By the way, if you have questions about any of this or questions about how great leaders communicate, you can always write to me, tj@mediatrainingworldwide.com. I won't be answering your questions in this podcast. I'll be answering the questions in my flagship podcast, Speaking with TJ Walker. That's a longer podcast where we take any and all questions that relate to speaking. This podcast is going to be short, brief, concise, no fluff.